What up? Wednesday night. What the hell? God. See, this what happen when they all start playing with shit before I get on me. Like, we about to do special effects with the sound. Hey, man, get the fuck on. No, it's all good. Shout out to the Hoops Talk that was on before 6:38 on Good News Radio app. Once again, Wednesday night, we live. Third episode in a row. It's been a long time since I did that shit.
Hey, it's a grind.
Yeah, man. So we got, obviously, myself, Mark. You already know me, Life of Mark on Instagram. Producer G, back for his second episode. What's up, Brody?
What's going on? What's the deal?
Special guest in the house, DP. What's good, baby?
What it do?
LA native.
Out here.
He said he would have come slide through, to the show and come kick it for a little bit. So I was like, all right.
I had to.
For sure, man.
I appreciate the invite.
Hey, no, I appreciate it, man. So real talk. Tell us a little bit about yourself. So again, you're LA native, man. Tell us about, sports background a little bit, introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm DP. Thank you for having me. Just sports wise, football player, football coach, went to Narbonne High School. Grew up between Inglewood and Carson, spent time in both of those areas. I coach at Mayfair High School right now in Bellflower. For the last 2 seasons, I coached at Milliken High School in Long Beach.
Okay.
And I currently live in Long Beach, so, Long Beach has become like a second home to me. And just, I'm just a sports head, man, like always, Die-hard Laker fan,
For sure.
Gotta be, it's always Kobe. I don't care who they bring. But, I even have friends that used to call me ESPN, Sports Center,
For sure.
because I'm just dropping random knowledge, knowing people, you know what I'm saying? So, just love sports, man. It's a big part of me.
Okay. That's cool, man. So, you're coaching high school, football right now. And one of the things that we talked about last week, was obviously kids and the specialization of sports. So,
right.
I mean, from your experience, coach high school the last couple of years, what have you seen experience as far as kids coming up now playing youth sports and, specializing? Are you seeing your kids, play other sports, or are they like, football, that's my only way out of this joint?
It's crazy, man, because I know when we were coming up, it was all about being that multi-sport athlete.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But what I've noticed now, this generation, once they become fixated on them necessarily being good, so to speak, in one particular sport, they tend to put everything else to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I've noticed. But I've also seen some guys to where they take that advice from other coaches, or from maybe even coaches that's recruiting them, where they say, hey, yo, we need you to go ahead and run track. You know what I'm saying? Your speed is here. We need it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In situations like that, you might see guys go ahead and hop into another sport. But for the most part, it's just something about the generation. Like, they rather just do one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, for sure, man. Well, I mean, again, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for
you,
coming through.
You.
And
Yeah.
I mean, so
great vibes.
Hey, appreciate that. That's what we all about. Shit. We try to have a good time, man.
On time.
Yeah, no. So rapid fire question, real quick, man. So you're a big football head. Who was your team growing up? Since you from LA, but you didn't necessarily have a football team in the city.
Right. Okay, so my earliest memory of being a football fan, I had a Steve Young jersey.
Oh, all right, that's real.
Steve Young's the GOAT.
I had a Steve Young jersey.
That's real.
But
the white Mike Vick before Mike Vick.
It was crazy. He wore 8 and Vick wore 7. You know what I'm saying? But then my pops.
Shout out to the 5%ers. Y'all know about that 7 knowledge. Y'all know what's up.
You feel me?
Forever.
My pops, he took me to a Chargers training camp when I was in middle school.
Okay.
They actually was they had their training camp at what used to be the Home Depot Center over here in Carson.
Yeah.
So when my pops took me there, they had Doug Flutie, Drew Brees.
Oh, you saw everybody.
Antonio Gates. Bro, I was like...
They saw the best of the Chargers.
Bro, I was in awe. So at that point, I became a Charger fan.
Are you still a Charger fan?
No.
What? Why not? They moved closer.
Bro, they just was too disappointed. And I always had this secret passion of loving the Raiders.
All right.
And so I just let it take over, bro. I just stepped right into that energy and became a full time Raider fan.
When did you make that transition?
I made this transition about.
He sounded like a West Coast Lions fan.
Yeah, years of disappointment.
But bro,
At least they made it to the playoffs.
It's just something about them as an underdog, bro. And I mean,
yeah,
not even them being an underdog because really they was sucking for a while.
All right,
but I'll say like around 07, 08, I was like, man, I'm gonna throw in the towel with the Chargers.
Right after LT left, right when he went to the Jets.
Somewhere around there, give or take a couple years.
Okay,
yeah,
that's real. Oh, that's real, man.
Yeah, so it's Raider gang, man. Like, it's Raider gang. And two of my best friends, they used to always give me hell about it because, man, you're not a real Raider fan. I'm like, bro, I'm here, man. I watch the games just like y'all do. Like, come on now, don't play with me.
All right. So Raiders fan that was once a Chargers fan. Damn, you stayed in the same division. That's like a Lions fan going to become a Packer fan.
Or a Bears fan.
Yeah I think Packers is worse.
I would say so.
Packers is worse
because you got to play them every year at Thanksgiving.
And they
stopped doing that shit because the Lions kept losing.
Kept getting murdered.
They were like, screw this.
Yeah, it's not going down.
All right, you a basketball head too?
Yeah. So basketball is my first love.
All right.
I mean, in terms of
Lakers, Kobe.
Yeah, Lakers, Kobe all day. I had a slight dream of wanting to play in the NBA, but then that left real quick.
All right, that's real.
Left real quick.
It was real for me too, and they didn't even let me on the team as a freshman because I was too damn short. Oh well,
I got cut as a freshman. Then I said, all right, I'm gonna go run track and I'm gonna play this football. I'm good.
Everybody got a Michael Jordan story, don't we?
You feel me?
We all got cut. My favorite players were like Dennis Rodman and shit like that. So
I rock with that though.
Yeah, so they're like, you can play defense, you hustle, you good.
But like you need those guys forever.
Tony Allen,
cold.
Montrezl Harrell.
Cold. And he put up buckets.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's better.
Buckets.
Ben Wallace.
Drew.
Minus the buckets.
Going too far.
Ben Wallace minus the buckets.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he cold.
He's 4-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah, that is true.
Come on now, you gotta give him props.
Fear the fro.
Life was great. But yeah, fellas, so I know you guys, we talked during the week about different topics. So one thing, and we mentioned, your background with youth sports, and sticking with that, there was some California legislation that got passed to still get voted on, a bill at the current moment that's still out there, that would allow amateur athletes, so college amateur athletes, to make money off of their likeness like an Olympic sport athlete.
Oh.
The problem is the NCAA is like, hey, if this shit goes, well, we might have to possibly ban all the California schools.
Wow.
Damn.
I think that's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I think that's crazy.
So what does that mean in the event that worst case scenario that happens? So what? Do all the California schools now go to NAI?
I don't know. Like there's no answer because you're gonna really eliminate USC from competition. You're gonna eliminate UCLA, Berkeley.
Yeah.
You really gonna do that? Yeah.
That's outrageous.
That's not happening. There's gotta be there's a meeting in the middle that has to take place.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I feel like you let everybody do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not saying directly the schools are paying the players out of pocket. It's hey, if you're the superstar quarterback for USC, superstar quarterback, starting if that, somebody wants to give you a couple $1,000s to say take a picture, boom, or go sign autographs. You can make money off your signature. Why not?
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that could even, when you think about it, they could really break that down to where that could low key be considered work study. Just
man, it's been work study minus the study.
You know what I'm saying?
Minus the study.
Just imagine, because keep it G, California real for even doing this.
Of course,
absolutely.
Come on now.
They real for even doing that. Like, we don't care about nothing y'all saying. We about to, this is what we about to attempt to put in play.
And they recognize the flaw in the system where you have Olympic athletes every 4 years that are in college. They go to the Olympics, make money off endorsement deals, and then still come back to school, and they can still compete.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps went to Michigan and was a swimmer.
Yeah.
And was making buku dollars off like Gatorade or Powerade.
Yeah.
Like
commercials and all that.
Why can't the black kids do it?
I was about to say it's race. I was literally just about to say it's race.
I'm going to say, why can't the black football and black basketball players do it? Why not?
They don't want.
Oh, because they bring in so much money for the school. Well, shit, the golf team don't, but still, they could go get a deal with Callaway.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Lacrosse, same thing, all across the board.
All of them, soccer, baseball. Hell, baseball kids, you can get drafted and still come back.
Yeah, you can.
You can still come back. You can go play another sport.
Yes, and come back.
Come back.
What's going on?
And even for the baseball tip, you can actually get drafted, potentially, have an offer in place, and essentially wait it out until you're done.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like Kyler Murray, for example.
Yeah.
Play 2 sports.
Yeah.
2, baseball and football at Oklahoma. Had a $4 million deal waiting for him as soon as he was done. You mean to tell me that other kids can't go do the same thing?
And he took the signing bonus.
Yeah, he took the signing bonus. That's right.
Took the signing
And
bonus.
still came back, played, and said, you know what?
I don't wanna-
appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks.
I'm good, though.
And went to the NFL.
Went to the NFL, yo.
Now, that was dope.
That was,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then
Mad props.
hit the team that drafted him didn't even come back with no rebuttal or nothing. They didn't.
Right.
They didn't make it a
Hell,
big old
he
situation.
went to them
none
and was
of
like,
that.
if you don't want me to play football, bring more money.
Bring
Yeah.
more money to the table.
As soon as they said, oh, they didn't say anything, it's like, all right, that's all I needed to hear.
That's it.
Like, what's wrong with that? I don't see what the problem for letting that be the system for everybody. Because one, everybody's not going to take advantage of it.
Not
Let's
at
be
all.
real.
Yeah,
Everybody not gonna have the opportunity to do so.
Right.
Absolutely.
Everybody's
You
not
feel
going
me?
to the league.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some guys are really there to get their education and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then that also when you think about it, imagine being a walk on that actually has his hand in other avenues, his or her hand in other avenues,
Right.
and then gets the opportunity to receive some type of compensation away from the sport.
Yes.
Now, I'm not even a star.
Right.
Like, I might not even see the field, but somewhere or another, somebody is using my outside talents, and I'm profiting from it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it coinciding with that, sticking in college sports, did you guys see the brand new LSU football locker room
Oh my God.
that they
Yeah.
premiered or
Yeah.
debuted this week?
Yeah.
LSU's athletic department spent $28 million.
Yeah.
That comes with fucking first class airplane pods for their lockers for them to take naps.
And they
Yeah.
got iPads built in them joints.
Yeah.
Dog.
But they still don't get paid to play.
And they still don't get paid.
to
That's the
play.
wild part.
But every hater will say, but see, you guys get, fancy chairs in your locker. Yeah, because the system is designed for them to be there all day.
Exactly.
Correct.
That's why you build that to recruit.
Yep.
Say, hey,
Correct.
listen, if you're going to be here pretty much 24/7,
Yeah.
Look what you got.
we going to make this real comfortable for you.
Trying to
But
keep them out
buckle
of
up.
trouble. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, out of trouble. Go ask Urban Meyer how many plays he kept out of trouble at Florida.
Yeah. Rick Pitino, too.
Oh,
Well, he brought the
Respect,
trouble.
but-
He brought the trouble to him.
Same difference.
I mean, he the one that ran about the whole campus
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Respect to Rick Pitino.
he was
for sure.
wild.
He said, respect
He
the
was
Rick
wild.
Pitino. No,
And
you
then
could go
and he
coach
still
no
wanna
college
coach.
basketball.
And then he still want to coach somewhere.
Still was the coach, yeah.
Hey, that's a man. That's a guy who does not have a brittle spirit. His dream is not dying.
It's at all.
That
It don't
dream ain't
matter.
dying.
He gonna go as far as he could go.
Oh, for sure.
Golly,
He's overseas now, isn't he?
I think he's trying. I
I
don't
won't
think
be surprised.
true. I would not be surprised.
I
We
won't
could
be
Google
surprised.
it, but yeah, no, man. So again, sticking with the college kids and just kids in general. One, kids just need to get paid for their likeness because we keep using it. And with the LSU example, these universities spend buku amounts of dollars to keep them hostage and not even go to class.
Yeah.
And then you get mad at them when their GPA suck.
Exactly. And then I saw a tweet that was right next to the picture of the new locker room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody had an LSU student has basically said, "Here's a picture of our library. Walls all molded, tearing down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but y'all want to put money into the football program."
Yep.
And then I want to say it might have been a professional athlete that commented and said, "Well, this program is bringing your school money. So what you think they're gonna do first? Y'all live with a library that's a little messed up. That's just one portion of it. Y'all good,
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? What are they? What takes priority? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And you got a point. You got a point.
Right.
And you're a former, college football player yourself, and so you've been through that experience.
Right.
whether it's D1, D1 AA, D2, we all know who get love.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
100%.
We all know who get love.
100%. And I don't want to say that it's a biased system.
Shit, yeah, it is. Don't even say. Don't even. No, it's a biased
Gotta keep it a
system.
buck, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. But
Unless you're Duke.
I mean, it's Duke.
Yeah.
It's Duke.
Yeah. Unless you Duke, where basketball reigns supreme.
Yeah. It's cold. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I would have loved to go to a school that just had an ill basketball team and football was secondary. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But Duke, I mean, they football team has been on the rise over the last few years. So
Yeah.
it's kind of,
Yeah,
I mean,
quarterback, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
The number 6 overall pick by the New York Giants, Daniel
Okay,
Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Okay.
That guy.
And the
Enough about
Giants
the
want to
Giants.
say there's no quarterback competition. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
ain't the Giants your team?
Yeah, that's why I said enough about the Giants.
Oh yeah, we about to dig.
I'm looking for a new NFL team right
So
now.
You look-
OBJ, Brown.
I'm looking for a new team right now. Yeah.
Oh, all right. You mentioned OBJ.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned. Did you guys read the GQ article or at least some of his comments from that?
No.
I read. I read that.
I
thing.
saw some of that.
What'd you think?
A little bit of it, I will say, is probably some bitterness because the organization didn't necessarily allow him to really have the voice per se that he wanted to have or that he thought he should have because he was that guy. Mm-hmm. But I also think that he wouldn't have been tripping if they let him do that. He wouldn't have been stunned, being traded or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think aside from his ability on the field, his voice didn't hold no weight in their organization.
No, I mean the Giants are a team where the team will always be bigger than the player.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Compared to other places
Right.
around the league. I mean, the Packers are like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Steelers are
I
definitely
was
like
thinking
that.
Pittsburgh for sure.
Oh,
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas, yep.
And even the Raiders. So you have those original old school teams who've been around since forever.
And they run it a certain way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Now, my opinion of OBJ in that article specifically, I think he did a little bit of whining.
For sure.
Like, I was kind of over it after a while. I was just
But
like,
that's
dog.
his character.
That's true.
That's his character.
That's what he does. Yeah. Just like when he kicked the
The field goals
the
nailed.
little net.
Yeah.
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 And they came back and said, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're bad.
Yeah.
You thought it wasn't going to retaliate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
But that's just him. Because, I mean, and it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see him with the Browns because I think their head coach just seemed like a different type of cat.
And he's younger.
Yeah,
He's younger, yeah, so he's going to be more understanding.
Correct. So I
agree.
think there's going to be a different level of respect that OBJ has for him as well as the organization, given that, I mean, him and Jarvis Landry essentially cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily see Jarvis doing the things
True.
that OBJ has done.
That's true.
You know, they best friends.
Yeah.
So I think going
And to a
into
degree, Baker is too.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
For what it's worth. I mean, Baker get down like them.
Yeah, 100%.
absolutely.
Same type of cat.
Yeah.
But I just think him being around them is going to force him to be. It's going to force him to for sure be more mature
I hope so.
for the sake of the franchise.
Yeah. we gonna see
We
what
gonna
happens.
see. I mean, training camp for them start today, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, we'll see how that all get down. Now, producer G, you mentioned to me on IG about the Rich Paul effect, and I know we're switching from football to basketball, but I mean, Rich Paul's been in the news a lot for the last couple months.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Rich Paul is the agent for LeBron James. That's really how he got his name out there.
Clutch Sports.
Clutch Sports Management, KSG Group, and then they also did the deal with a United Talent artist or United Talent Agency, UTA, a big Hollywood powerhouse agency. They did the deal last week where now Clutch Sports is a part of UTA and there's a brand new sports division with Rich headlining become the head of the sports department over there. So thoughts, about, Rich Paul, what he's got going on, how he's been getting deals done for a lot of these guys and really snatching up some of the best talent in the NBA.
Yeah, because someone, who's that, Kuzma, I think he's actually about to sign with.
Correct. And then somebody else just Montrezl
Harrell went back.
He just went back
He
to
just
him.
Yeah. I think that it's amazing personally because if you look at it, he's pretty much speaking from the athlete's perspective. I mean, think about it. me personally, I would have never in my life dreamed of giving, like $100 million to Eric Bledsoe.
He made that happen.
Yeah,
made
twice.
that happen.
Because remember, the first deal was about $90 million.
Yeah, with Phoenix.
For the Suns, and then this, the re-up just now. So I think it's amazing. You know that you're selling you're selling a limit. I think that Eric Bledsoe is a bust, but you're selling a limit. But you keep repackaging this stuff and they keep buying it. Yeah, I think they're doing an amazing job. By actually representing the athlete. And then you have LeBron.
Yeah.
And he's catching hell about it too. And he was actually just on Jacoby and
Jalen Jacoby.
Yeah, Jalen Jacoby.
Yeah.
And like you said, he's for the athlete.
Yeah.
He's for the athlete. And the fact that, he can get these deals done for the player, if you're someone, especially if you're a former player,
yeah,
and you're one of these commentators and you low key kind of hating on him.
Oh, you're bitter.
Him.
Yeah,
sums up. You upset.
Yeah.
You're bitter
for sure.
I think, granted, too, though, because times have changed so much that agents, I think those who have the mindset of potentially a player or who are willing to think along the lines of a player versus being like, I'm just your agent.
Right.
You are just the player.
That's it.
Let me do my job and you just go out there and fucking play.
Right.
Yeah. Excuse the F-bomb, but whatever. But, I try to keep those to a limit. But, I try to be professional around here. I try. One day we going to get famous off this. I don't need any F-bombs come back because, all the trolls be out there like, he said the F-word. Like, oh, well, shut up. Fuck you. For going back in the archives. You traitor. You traitor. But, yeah, I think just having that, having those mindsets now as a modern agent, and when I use that word modern, I emphasize that word because, really we are seeing the success of the quote-unquote homeboy doing the bidding of their friend.
Correct.
And it's working.
It's working.
Yeah.
Compared
It's
to
working.
guys in the past who have tried it and it's failed, or you've seen other entertainers, Master P, No Limit Sports, and they tried that with Ricky Williams in the NFL, and that went completely left.
Yeah.
Versus, almost 20 years later, we see Jay-Z and Rock Nation do it and getting it done better. Now, is their clientele as great as Clutch Sports? No. But they also got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ty Gurley from the Rams, Saquon Barkley, Robinson can know baseball, and they got and they also have a line of boxers too.
That's right.
So them even diversifying their portfolio across multiple sports.
Correct.
I think that is awesome, and it's really cool to see. Truly, what I like to think, Allen Iverson started, which was blending hip hop and the common and modern day athlete, and really bringing it together. Say we can both work this thing together, and you can bring your friends with you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And your friends can really profit off of your success, but they can become their own individuals as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Something I mentioned on the Hoops Talking podcast before our show started was really LeBron being that example player of, dude, it doesn't just have to be the athlete anymore that becomes the giant.
Right.
Mav Carter, now a CEO in his own right of multiple companies,
Getting
on the board of several prominent organizations.
Yeah.
He's on the board of Live Nation now.
Which is
Making
crazy.
it happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Making it happen.
But even the shop show.
Even the
Right.
shop.
Running that. That's a
Right.
huge deal.
The Spring Hill Entertainment, uninterrupted.
Right.
Uninterrupted.
And then doing other things in the world in entertainment that don't include LeBron.
Correct.
Right.
You can now really go find Mav Carter, and he's his own man.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think that's incredible. And I think that is the new wave that I think we'll see with a lot of other athletes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even Kawhi too. Hell, his Uncle Dennis,
Yeah.
who was a finance guy in New York, is now running the show.
People are hating on Uncle Dennis right now, but
You know why they hating on Uncle Dennis? I think because we don't know what Uncle Dennis looked like.
He in the shadow.
yeah, we just heard his voice. He not going back.
That's all we heard. That's all we heard.
He ain't
But we
going
don't.
back
But
like,
it's But I think that's really cool. And as you start to see guys really not hide, but keep the spotlight on where it's supposed to be. So again, Kawhi, when you don't see the face of who's running it, it scares the shit out of people.
Right.
Yeah,
It's so
absolutely.
mysterious. You
Yeah.
know, and people always fear the unknown. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So that's big.
I mean, and even in your examples growing up, DP, did you have guys that went pro, and then what type of environment did you see them make it to as far as who they kept around them?
So the most prominent example for me in a situation like that, one of my teammates, Eric Crocker, one of my teammates in Monticello, his path was really he really kind of just developed his own path by way of being able to have a relationship with somebody similar to how LeBron has Matt Carter and it was somebody he knew. You know what I'm saying? They were his plug. And from that it just blossomed. He went from, college to the arena to NFL opportunities, back to arena, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just worked for him like that, So just seeing things like that, because I will say, like, growing up, a lot of times those situations where it might have been your boy or it might have been your relative, around that time it failed. You know what I'm saying? You get somebody like Selena, her people backstab her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you find that way more often than you do than the other,
right,
which is people
right.
taking advantage of you. Like it came out today. Adrian Peterson's lost like $100 million, and he's in debt. X number of $1 million because he surrounded himself with the wrong people, or people, kept just diving into that.
Correct.
And he didn't say the word no. We look at the 30 for 30 documentary, Broke.
Yeah.
That thing still holds a lot of truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so powerful that we still go back and reference it because it's still happening.
It's still happening.
Like, it's not stopping.
And you assume it would. This is 2019. They came in, 2015?
Yeah. It's been legit 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And I'm sure amongst the three of us, we probably done seen it about 6 times.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the minimum. Because even T.O., and the investment decisions that he made, trusted in somebody that he thought, was going to make his money grow. And, next thing you know, you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett was doing a lawsuit because somebody lost him like $77 million. Tim Duncan had a lawsuit for $20 million. Like, yo.
Oh, what's his name?
Mind
Scottie
you,
Pippen?
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen.
Pippen he had it bad.
Pippen got pimped.
Yeah. Twice.
In more ways than one.
It's terrible.
That's about to inspire the next song.
What's up, Larson? Petty. We go. Oh. If you guys hear this beat, if you don't know the song, well, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not starting this drama.
Stall them out.
I'll stall him out. Bump it. Scotty be in LA, so I don't want to run into him.
He does.
And be like, yo, what's up?
For all you know, he listening.
For all I know, he's listening. Oh, well.
That is true.
If he is, shout out to you, Scotty, for listening.
Right,
I appreciate it. Come back.
Shout out to Tap In.
We love that. We love to have you, on the show.
Yeah.
We got to discuss LeBron.
NBC, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm not about to have a conversation with him and LeBron, dog.
He hates LeBron. I want to know why.
Because people compared him to LeBron first.
MJ right there,
I remember he used to love LeBron at one point. And then something happened. I don't know if it was LeBron singing Future in the back of the car.
LeBron didn't invite him to Taco Tuesday, bro.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Come on now.
I think something happened when LeBron went to Miami, and I think they ran into each other.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that something happened in Miami, probably at Club Live.
Do you think LeBron said something to him, or do you think Scotty hit him with some buffoonery?
I feel like Scotty
probably, yeah.
I feel like Scotty is petty enough to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's Scotty.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. He probably hit him with a little Dennis Rodman.
And remember, Scotty's always Michael's number 2.
That's his dude.
So he's that sibling that's always fighting for attention.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? Say something crazy, ridiculous?
Yeah. That's his boy right there.
That's forever his boy.
Yeah.
He is the Al Collins to Michael Jordan's OJ.
That.
I said it.
That's a hell of a comparison right there.
But am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? You put your hands up. Gee, am I wrong?
Look. Yeah. It don't fit, bro.
Yeah. If it don't fit, you must have quit, dog. Dog, that.
I bet, you don't think Scotty would be the getaway driver?
Oh, for sure.
Rocking some J's?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, then.
Absolutely.
Yes, with an MJ jersey on.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
yes.
He said with the MJ jersey.
He
on.
lying for him, bro.
He is right for him. Remember when he rolled for him during that Bad Boy, not that Bad Boy documentary, but the Dream Team documentary? And they asked him, hey, did Michael want Isaiah off the team? And he was like, man, you got the stuttering.
I remember that.
What, he checked his phone. Mike said, hey, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Put his phone right back. Like,
Yep. It's like, don't. Exactly. See. Now, going back into the world of football, I think you guys saw this. I think one of you guys hit me up about it. Le'Veon Bell went on a rant.
Yes.
I didn't see this.
Yeah,
Yo.
he went on a rant. Shayna, Kirsten, what up?
Oh, welcome.
What's
Hey.
up? Miss Never Not Extra. We have a exclusive guest that just popped in on us, just doing pop-ups. Go ahead, step up to the mic, because you asked to come through early, now I'm putting you on. I've been on your show.
Yeah, welcome.
I wasn't prepared.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, listen,
Impromptu.
I've done this on Ladies Night Radio a couple times. I just showed up, and they gave me the mic, and I
Ran
started
with it.
talking. Oh yeah,
It be like that.
yeah. You in good company. Oh goodness.
There we go.
Here we go. Hop on the mic here.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Yeah.
What it do?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Kirsten,
AKA.
and AKA Shayna Kirsten Dabney.
No, she didn't.
I did full government.
I didn't expect that.
Right.
I just knew her with having two first names.
I'm grown. You're funny. I am from Never Not Extra on the Good News Radio
What day you come on?
every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. What y'all be talking about on there?
Booming.
We just be being ignorant.
That's cool.
No, we talk about everything. You know what
Everybody
we
got
talk
a little
about?
ratchet in them. It's cool. Go ahead.
You know,
I was waiting
apparently,
for that. And like,
according to Mark, because I heard what you said on Hoops Talk.
I did talk shit.
According to Mark, I am the twerker of the good news.
Am I wrong?
I don't know who that person is.
All right.
Twerk
So
King
it is you.
Shayna.
See, he even got you.
It's cool. Own it.
And you got the,
Own it.
let's say she be at, all the Brush the Bombs now because she all included exclusive VIP tickets and everything with them. You going to the one on Sunday?
I did. I was dressed as a tiger.
Shout out to IG.
You guys can actually watch the recap on the Never Not Extra page.
Ooh.
The
Oh,
Instagram
alright.
is at Never Not Extra.
All right.
Look at her with
Bet.
the promo.
Are you going to the next one?
Or
you going-
Probably if I'm not out of town. Yeah,
See, she stay at Brush the Bomb.
Bomb brunch, huh?
she
I don't know anything about the brunch, but
Oh,
she
twerking. She know that.
oh my gosh,
It's all good.
Wow.
Well, welcome to the show. Finally, I got you on here.
thanks.
Do you like sports?
I do.
What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't have a favorite team.
Huh?
It's too many. There's no loyal players, so
Oh, okay.
I don't really have. I guess I'm more a fan of like certain players, but I can't really be a faithful fan of a team because nobody is loyal to their teams like they used to be back in the day.
Sounds
So.
like an NBA wife. Can't be faithful to nobody. Oh, I come through with the jokes. It's all good.
Oh, where is the
He
lie?
came with it.
I come through
He
with jokes. It's
came
all
with
good.
it.
I watch too much Dave Chappelle. I be inspired.
Man.
But all right, so who's your favorite? Who's your favorite players?
My favorite players, I would have to say Steph Curry.
Why?
What?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
What you like about
He's
Steph?
an
The
awesome
babyface
player.
assassin?
I guess I like him as a player just because I like him outside of the
You
court
like him
as
as a
well.
person?
I love how I like him as a person as far as like how humble he is and how he doesn't stray away from his truthness.
Okay.
With when it has to do with anything, like how much money he made for Under Armour just because they he declined an offer from Nike and all these other places because they wouldn't put his favorite Bible scripture on that shoe. And now look at all this money Under Armour is making. So I love somebody that's not going to be a sellout, period.
Right.
So overall, I do like him as a person, and I think he's a very good player as well. I didn't really know much about Kawhi before
Everything
this
just
year.
Okay.
transpired.
That nigga's crazy. He is wild.
Do the Kawhi laughing.
He is wild.
Jeez
wild.
Louise.
For sure.
And I would have to say KD,
Okay.
even though
All
he's hurt.
So that's two Warriors so far. Did you grow up a Kobe fan? And you're an LA native too.
I am a kind of. Yeah, I guess technically, yeah. But
Just claim
I don't
because
know if
everybody
I've ever
that's listening.
been. I don't know if I've ever been a Kobe fan.
No.
Wow. Hold on.
He's a really good player, but
Stop
I've
the
just never
brakes.
been I think he's one of the greatest, but I've just never been a fan of him.
Who's the most spoken of in your household?
Athlete wise,
Overall, who's the most spoken? about
Kobe and
athlete?
Shaq.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an LA household.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
right.
For
But
sure.
all right, you mentioned Steph Curry, and to get into a ratchet topic, fellas, y'all can join in with me on this. I think you might have talked about it before, but I'm going to ask you because I got a lady on my podcast. You mentioned Steph Curry. How did you feel about his wife going on the Red Table Talk and saying what she said about not catching attention from Instagram dudes and people being all up in her DMs, dancing,
I think
and
that
not going to death row?
I think that all women have insecurities, even if they have a husband that loves them. And I have to have nothing but respect for her for being honest and not trying to put on a front or just give the answer that everybody else wants to answer, because people want it both ways. It's like they want her to share her true emotions and her true self, but then when she tells the truth, then you shame her too.
Okay.
So you can't have it both ways. So I respect her for being truthful, because I know a lot of women who happily married, love their husband and the husband loves them and shows them attention and stuff like that. But women still, for whatever reason, I'm not going to say for whatever reason, but we're just built like that. Women still want to feel wanted or attracted to by other men.
Okay. All right. No, that's real.
So-
If you were in the same shoes, and not particularly her, but if you were in the same shoes where you had a husband that was famous entertainer, whether it be athlete, musician, whatever the case may be, would you go on a platform like that and express your honesty and your truth in that same manner?
I don't know. I think I would probably have to be in a situation, but knowing me, I probably would tell my truth, because that's just always been me. I've never sugarcoated anything in my life.
Okay.
So I probably would have. Yeah.
And then how do you feel about the naysayers, I guess, and people and all the trolls that were on, just on her case about why you do that? You shouldn't say that. You don't realize what you got. Your husband,
Jealous.
millionaire, and then he put you on and da 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 da.
Number one, they're trolls. Number two, they're jealous. Number three, he didn't put her on. She actually played basketball. She knows how to play basketball herself, and she's also like a cook. She has restaurants. Like, that was all stuff that she did on her own. Of course people know who she is because of him, but she has her own thing going for herself. She's not a stay-at-home wife and just getting money and expect for him to pave her way. So she got her own thing going. And I think that most of the women that, y'all can get mad, whatever girls are listening right now, y'all can go ahead and get mad right now.
I don't think any of them will.
But
My audience is cool.
I honestly think that they're haters. Those are women that are jealous, and those are women who, like, it's like, finally, like, she's been so goody two shoe and so modest, and now she said something, so now I have something to talk about. They just want to have something to talk about her because you don't really see her out there like that and in the mix and trying to be seen and on the scene and all that kind of stuff, so.
Okay. No, that's real. That's real. I definitely appreciate, a woman's perspective on it, because I hadn't really talked to any women about it. And so, I know this is, a couple months old. That happened in, May?
Yeah, somewhere around that time.
Yeah. All right, so cool. No, thanks for jumping on the mic and
Of
stick
course.
around.
Well,
Hey.
I live up the street, so if you ever want a women's perspective, come down the street.
We got you. We'll call in.
Come down the street. Yeah, I can call in. I can do that too.
No, we all got it going on. But switching gears back to the Le'Veon Bell rant.
Right.
DP, what was your thoughts on that?
So I just thought it was very, very interesting, and very I wouldn't even say it was an unusual situation for the media to come at him and for fans to come at him the way they did in regards to him posting about all the other things he does, him rapping, him modeling for Jordan, doing all these other things, and basically saying, after him taking that time away from the game, you don't post enough workout videos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he went on a rant. He was in the airport. He was like, so do y'all think Beyonce wakes up in the morning, she just starts singing and she sing all day?
Yeah.
Do y'all think basketball players get up and they just instantly just hooping all day?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I got a life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I play football. I'm a professional athlete. But there's other components of my life that, I also prioritize.
Yeah.
So I think in today's society, like with, this Snapchat generation, everybody expects you to, post everything you're doing or post certain aspects of your life that they expect you to post. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he followed that up with a workout video of his. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I follow him on Snap. I'm just a fan of him. Like I think he's a dope running back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, he every so often he will post a workout. But he's not Antonio Brown where all of Antonio's posts for the most part involve him doing some type of work.
Same with OBJ.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But everybody not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't expect one person to do what the next person does at the end of the day, and everybody doesn't hold social media in the same at the same level as everybody else.
Yeah. Do you think it was necessary for him to, I guess, air his grievance like that when it easily could be ignored and he just keep going on about his business?
Right. I definitely. I mean, it definitely wasn't necessary. Okay. I think. Given his circumstance of him not playing last year, him signing with the Jets, and everybody just kind of wondering, okay, well, what's he going to do? He's been out a year. Is he rusty? All this and that. I think he might have felt like, okay, well, let me just speak up. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, keep quiet. Because I think he has been fairly relatively quiet just when it comes to him making this transition back into the game. Yeah. But I think, perhaps that might have just been his boiling point. People thinking, okay, you ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't even work out. You want to rap. And it was funny that the video he posted, it had music in the background. It was his music.
His music, of course. Of course.
So
of course it did.
I thought that was ironic. You know
promo.
what I'm saying? So, I just think, when it comes to things like that, like, what you do is what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want this, that, and the other to know about it, by all means, do what you got to do. Yeah. There should be no expectations from anybody outside of yourself to post or portray what you do in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, hell, LeBron's doing Taco Tuesday now. Like, every Tuesday, and I don't think anybody getting mad at him.
Ain't nobody.
But then, again, if somebody is, who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
When's the last time we seen a post within these last... Since the playoffs have started, when has anybody seen LeBron put up a video of him throwing up shots? Other than when he was on the set of Space Jam shooting around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody gave him no scrutiny about that.
But everybody gave him hell for that 2 Chainz album.
Yeah, because it was during the season. That's why.
Yeah, that was during the season.
Yeah. He was also hurt at that time.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna be real though. I think LeBron. I think basketball last season took a backseat.
Oh, for sure.
Basketball took a backseat.
I think it definitely felt. Yeah. I felt he did that because it's his first year here.
Yeah, first year in LA. He knew what he had. He's in LA. Yeah. He's like, you know what? Let me tap in with these documentaries, these movies, these this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then next year when we got some more pieces, because I'm gonna make sure, we get some guys here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But right now, who cares?
Yeah.
And he knew he wasn't going to the finals.
He knew. Yeah.
So
he did that.
Why not kind of take the year off in front of everybody's face?
Yeah.
And just play enough to be like, yeah, I played, but understand I'm not playing this year. Because he's still averaged 28 and 8.
Yeah.
He's still MVP numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now thinking of it, so being the devil's advocate.
Sure.
I'm a competitor. Mm-hmm. You're LeBron. I'm a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
I have that same perception that you took the year off. we play the same position.
Yep.
You know, I'm fighting. You're already a legend.
Mm-hmm.
How do I feel about that?
How do you feel about that?
How do you, as a competitor, are you envious? Are you jealous? Are you hating? Do you feel like he's disrespected the game?
I don't feel like he's disrespecting the game because one, he's been to the finals 8 years in a row.
Yeah,
And
8 or 9?
8 years in a row. 4 Miami, 4 Cleveland,
Right.
and then obviously not. He's been 9 times total though.
Oh, that's right.
Because the other
that's right.
this year they got swept.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr.
Tragic.
Timothy.
Yeah. So I'm if I am a opponent of LeBron and I'm watching him do that, obviously, especially if I'm a young guy, like
yeah.
he can do that.
Yeah.
I get that. Like that's an old head move.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I go, damn, what do I have to do to kind of get my money up like that where I
Yeah.
can do the same thing? Like I look at that as inspiring. Like, yo, you could take an entire season off in front of everybody's face.
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
What do I need to do in order to do that? Go to the finals a couple times in a row? All right, check.
Right.
Get a
Yeah.
couple dollars in my bank account where I can sit and money not truly be an issue.
Right.
All right, let me go do that. And let me win a title and some MVP awards along the way. All right, fine, let's roll.
'Cause-
But also, depending on what type of level caliber player I am, I may understand that will never be my life.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
true.
And I think
Facts.
NBA players know where they rank.
Of course.
Realistically,
Realistically, they know.
Yeah.
They
even
know.
though they all want to be the best, which I will hope they want.
Right.
But it's okay, really.
It's
Yeah.
everybody don't got it like that's not
Yeah.
everybody's path. You feel
Right.
me? Not,
Absolutely.
once you understand your role in whatever it is you doing,
Right.
You're going to be successful.
you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say that another thing that may kind of get lost when it comes to professional sports is the fact that just like in anything,
Yep.
it's an outlet to do something else.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
you making loads of money. You feel
For
me?
sure.
Like, and for some, that might not necessarily even be their passion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
a piece of the puzzle.
I think we've heard plenty of pro athletes go, yeah, this wasn't my first love. I just happen to be really good at this too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
LeBron talks about how he wanted to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
But basketball just happened to be that thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Towards the end of his high school career where it was like, all right, it's time to really
Like, let me just tap
Yeah.
in.
yeah, like if you're gonna do this and you got a chance to do it, all right, just go ahead and do it. Drop the football.
Hell, Tracy McGrady.
Tracy
Remember, he wanted to play baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Even this is going to be crazy, but remember Mateen Cleaves. His first love was baseball.
Oh,
Broke
snap.
his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson played
AI,
quarterback.
Played quarterback, yeah.
Uh,
Randy
Nate
Moss.
Robinson.
Nate
Nate Robinson, yeah.
Played college football.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell,
Antonio Gates, for real.
Antonio Gates, Julius Peppers, dual
Julius
sport
Peppers,
athlete.
yeah.
Kyler Murray again.
Yeah. Russell Wilson.
Russell
I mean,
Wilson.
the list,
the list goes on. It goes on.
Tim Tebow for all intents and
Tim
purposes.
Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow's a competitor, bro. I
Bro,
love Tim Tebow.
Hey, I
bro.
rock with Tim Tebow,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
I heard
For sure.
him speak in person and everything.
Yeah.
Like, man, hell of a dude, man.
Yeah, that
Hell
guy's
of a
like a
dude.
ball of energy,
Yes, no matter what happens to him.
and you just know he ain't drinking with you.
Yeah, he not.
It's all good.
He will sit there, crack
Like,
jokes with you.
man,
you know,
come be my
counsel you.
DD.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he not taking no sip or nothing.
Yeah, no, that's all good. And he stayed true to himself, which I can respect. Any man, woman, child, be true to you.
Yeah,
don't
true.
fake the funk.
Be true.
You ain't gotta fake it.
Yeah.
Not at all, man. Now, we diving into some old school stuff real quick. So last week, July, I have it here in my note actually. July 18th was the great Penny Hardaway's birthday.
Penny,
Shout out. Little Penny. Shout out to Chris
Penny.
Rock.
Little Penny.
Sprite.
So that made me, on the day of Penny Hardaway's birthday, there's a lot of videos on Instagram talking about, his career and all that. And I was just like, man, he's one of those guys that I just go, what if?
What is?
Right.
So we're going to make this little last part of the show called What If?
Yeah.
And the what ifs are going to be, whether it was injury, if they got caught up in some cases, drugs, or their career just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
We're going to go down the list of what ifs. So Penny Hardaway was one of the greatest what ifs of all time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Next on the list, and chime in when you want, Grant Hill.
I knew you were
I
going to
knew.
say
Yeah, I was.
I'm
just
from
thinking
Detroit,
that.
man.
I was just thinking that.
Man, and I wanted to see him do good in Orlando,
But I
and it
ain't
just
gonna-
didn't happen.
Grant Hill was cold though, regardless though, man.
Yeah.
He
It was
was.
just something about him. Like
He still made it to the Hall of Fame. I'm so happy.
Like
Yeah.
he was still even when he bounced back, he was with Phoenix. He
Yeah.
was balling.
He was still straight.
like
yeah.
he was balling. Like it would have been dope to see Penny Hardaway's career transition into what Grant Hills did, like, because he was still a major impact player. Like,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He was still getting it done.
I mean, statistically, he was really LeBron for LeBron.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And they kept dubbing him the next MJ and all that.
Yeah.
And that was great. And I'm glad. Oh, this is just the thing with Detroit sports. We get all these great players that come through and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Story of our life.
It be like that, man.
It don't be like that
be
for
like
everybody else.
No, it's just us. It's just us.
I mean, even Cleveland can't claim that. Hell, they got a
Yeah.
championship out of LeBron.
They
Yeah.
did. They got what they
They
wanted.
got one.
They got what they wanted.
Mind you, anybody that's come through Cleveland sports beforehand, I mean, who we gonna really put on that list? Kelly Winslow Jr.? No.
Going to jail now.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I'm not
True.
putting him on my what if list. Other what ifs. What if T Mac really didn't get hurt that many times?
You know, I'm a
And he-
diehard T-Mac fan, bro.
And he's still Hall of Fame.
He is.
That's
He
good.
is.
He is.
He's my favorite player of all time. I think I love Kobe, but I always put T-Mac there as like, my favorite player to watch. But T-Mac didn't work hard. He didn't lift weights. He didn't
Allen
do
Iverson
anything.
didn't lift weights.
But it's different though, because Allen Iverson, he was short. You know what I mean? So, well, then again, you had all that wear and tear on your body.
He got hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Iverson got hurt a lot, but T-Mac, it was something like he played like he didn't care. It was the Randy Moss mentality. I play when I want
I'm
to play.
just here. Yeah.
I'm an
100
athlete.
games, yeah, exactly, and it caught up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Bad knees, back.
And speaking of T Mac, and I will forever make this claim and this take. I've said it before. I'll say it again on this show. Because of Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony is forever in debt the day that man go to the Hall of Fame. Because
Yeah,
what if Melo actually won a championship? And what if Melo got drafted by the Pistons? We keep bringing up Detroit.
Defense.
Ooh. What if James Harden played defense?
What if James Harden never got traded?
If James Harden never gets traded, the Oklahoma City Thunder are 2-time NBA champs.
Damn.
2-time.
Okay.
2-time.
Okay.
Because the year after they went, KD got hurt.
Yeah, for the
And
whole
then
year,
for the whole, he broke his foot.
broke his
Yeah.
foot. Yeah,
And then Harden was gone, and Russ for the first time was let out the gate.
Yeah.
And that created the monster that we now know
yeah, because he had,
because of an injury and a trade.
yeah,
So I do
Damn.
think though, had all three stuck together, and the Thunder could have become the Warriors before the Warriors because they
agree.
had the
I
system in place where they drafted their all-star talents.
Yeah.
They drafted all three of them.
Yeah.
yeah,
You gave one up too early. One got hurt, and then the next year the other one got hurt, and then the next time they played together, they couldn't stand each other because one became a superstar in his own right. The other one was an MVP in his
Yeah.
own right.
right.
One takes off, the other one becomes the MVP, and the other one becomes the MVP 2 years later. Like
Too
you had
much
three,
ego.
you had three MVPs on one team, and their egos, in my opinion, were checked when they were together
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they weren't allowed to be individuals.
And they was all young.
Yeah.
They was all young. They was all rocking
Right.
together. They all wanted to be successful. But then once all those little things started happening, that's when,
Right.
I'm this.
And-
I'm this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
James Harden, KD. I mean, how is that not the Splash Brothers before the Splash Brothers?
Correct.
That's true.
Correct.
Two snipers, and one of them's a 7-footer who got better, by the way.
Yeah,
And don't forget Jeff Green on the wing.
That's right.
He was getting buckets back then
That's
too.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had a squad.
The Thunder were that team, and
had a
I think
squad.
I just think they gave up too early. Because, truth be told, had all three of them come back together, why wouldn't we see a Heat versus Thunder again for that next year?
yeah, it's true.
We get
That's
the
real.
Spurs 2
That's
years in a
real.
row. Why?
Yeah,
Because of injuries.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Yeah.
Gee, what's a what if you got? We keep it football. We go basketball. We go.
What if Bo Jackson never got hurt?
Ooh,
that'd be tough. That would, yeah.
if Bo Jackson never gets hurt, I think
He's breaking every record for sure.
Yeah, he's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's Hall of Fame.
Because now he's like an urban legend. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we know he's great, but it's like his records just won't
like
say
the
it.
the 30
Yeah.
the 30 for 30.
Exactly.
Bo knows. Like
Yeah.
you legit watch that and you like, damn, he was cold. Like
Yeah.
if
But-
only he gave us a little more.
Yeah.
I think the effect of that though if had he done it longer, I think we would see more two-sport pro athletes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because
it would have
it's-
happened while he was still there.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Deion came right after.
He
Yup.
did.
And then did y'all watch the Deion 30?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was a trip too.
I didn't
But
know they actually made it that far.
I didn't either.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't either. And then but
When
it-
the Braves
it just
were
took
good.
a toll on him though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can't do that back to back like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't see why not. He did it.
he did it, but I just think he couldn't be productive in both. Or as productive in both, because I mean he's an athlete regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all saw in that last game when he got out there with the Braves, like
I think what made it worse was that he played for two teams in the same city.
that
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
one of
true.
them was
That's
just,
true.
and both of them were like up and coming teams
Yeah.
at the same time. With both with the Raiders, and then the Royals is like two different playing fields.
Correct,
Yeah, for
correct.
sure. Two different states. Number one, so
Versus
when you
here in
can
Atlanta,
be
yeah.
there, you can actually be there.
Right.
And then if your one team sucks and you know you're about to go play for somebody better, well, clearly we know who that your time and attention is going to go to.
Yeah.
Versus, my other job down the street, but we gonna just go ahead and do this. Y'all gonna let me.
Right.
That's kind of hard to pull.
right,
Especially when one's paying you more and you're needed more.
right,
Yeah,
right,
right.
right.
Yeah.
What if Brett Favre never retired the first time?
Oh. I still think he doesn't end up with the Packers.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same Brett Favre. If he didn't retire.
His
You think so?
his
Yeah.
cliff was coming,
yeah,
and
He
saved himself
He
the
was
first time.
stringing it along, bro. Like for the long.
But
he was.
I do think had he stayed retired though, his legacy would be way better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
He would be more revered.
yeah,
For sure.
I agree. I mean, because either way, clearly Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, for sure.
It for sure would have held more weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one. Detroit.
Uh-oh.
What if Barry Sanders never retired?
I can say the same thing with Calvin Johnson. But if Barry Sanders never retires,
Calvin Johnson.
That's
if Barry Sanders never retires, the Lions still don't. The Lions are still the Lions.
He gets traded.
he gets traded. Yeah, I
gets
think he gets traded.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he
The
gets
Lions
traded.
aren't notorious though for trading their superstar players though.
I to be real,
Yeah,
I can't even name who the Lions have traded in recent years. That's a big name.
Sue left.
On his
Yeah,
own.
Sue left.
Sue
in free
left.
agency.
Yes.
This is really old school, but I want to say Herman Moore. Was he traded
No,
or did he just bail?
he retired
Remember he went to Pittsburgh.
for a year. No, that was Charlie Batch.
No, I think Herman. Let me Google this.
That was Charlie Batch. Definitely went to Pittsburgh.
No, he
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
did.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
for sure did.
after he
for
got
sure
ran out of
did.
town by
Oh
the
yeah,
fans.
no, I remember that. I
and
remember
he got called a name I won't say on this air.
that. Smart man.
Hey, he got called something. I was like, ooh,
Okay.
it got bad.
I was wrong. He went to the Giants.
Okay, who remembers that?
He would. Hey, Giants fan.
I didn't even know that.
See,
All
right,
met this
so-
man several times.
yeah, remember when
Never
Kurt
did
Warner played for the Giants too?
No.
All right, then
Yeah, that happened for what, like half a second?
Yeah, that's
he went there and was a bench warmer for Eli.
Yeah, didn't he? And then
Right.
goes to the Cardinals, Super Bowl bound.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So
That's
people
true.
sometimes go to the Giants and their careers die too, potentially.
no, they die. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I got another football one.
All right,
What if Colin Kaepernick never gets blackballed?
woo,
That's a good one.
that's an excellent one.
Yeah,
If Colin Kaepernick never gets blackballed,
because
The NFL
what started at him leaving, him testing free agency. What happens next?
I think that the NFL will be on the early stages of what the NBA looks like right now. But because of that, I think guarantee the NFL would have a lockout coming. Because for once the player beat the system.
And that's what everybody's been wanting to happen.
And the NFL won't let it happen. They can't. For them to continue to be who they are, they cannot let it happen. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
because
Yeah.
their system isn't designed for player mobility and players to really take control of their careers. Because if that's the case, then I mean, how many guys really sign up to play in the NFL knowing that they're not getting guaranteed contracts anyway?
right.
So for you to protest and stand up to the system, plus everything that's going on in the world, and specifically in this country, and then to come back and get paid. Mind you, he didn't even do anything heinous.
Right.
He didn't beat nobody.
Yeah.
He didn't
Nothing.
kill anybody.
No crimes.
Yeah. Spoke his mind.
That's it.
Stood up for what he believed in.
That's it.
Took a knee for what he believed in.
Yeah.
And was quiet most of the time.
Yeah.
Until people asked him questions and said, why are you doing this?
And then boom, he
He spoke.
educated.
Yeah.
Had nobody ever put a microphone in his face, it wouldn't have been a problem. And I think, too, had he not actually taken a knee but just stayed sitting on the bench, I think it would have blew over.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't the only one doing that either.
Yeah, not
Somebody
at all.
just happened to
I
take
mean,
a picture of it.
Eric Reed still playing.
Yeah.
He also wasn't the face of it.
Touche.
Yeah.
And you can hide Eric Reed on any NFL team. He plays defense.
Yeah. Kaepernick is the quarterback.
Quarterback.
The
You can't
focal
hide
point
them.
of-
You
yeah.
can't hide a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focal
Yeah.
point of a team.
Yeah. So
Quarterback, yeah.
anybody that's vocal, outspoken on political, societal issues, specifically in football, as long as you don't play quarterback, you fine.
Yeah.
You can hide them.
True.
Because at some point, if you bounce around enough teams, people will forget where you are, unless you are a transcendent talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I think the NFL kind of becomes the NBA. But they weren't letting that fly.
Yeah. They,
No way.
Clearly, you feel me? He still ain't in there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's crazy.
Now, here's a basketball what if. What if the Knicks beat the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals?
Would the Knicks be the Knicks of today?
I don't think so.
They would have a little more buzz.
They would.
They would have a little more buzz. I don't think it would have been a drastic change.
And I think that would also propel them to win when they played the Spurs. Because you still had guys from that,
Momentum.
that Rocket, from that Finals team to
Yeah.
the '99 team.
Yeah.
It's true.
And the Knicks, I think, become a place where superstar players go.
Yeah. Because they have a
I can
championship
see
history
that.
at that
I can
point.
see that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Versus going, well, yeah, last time we won was in the '70s.
Yeah.
Right.
Who
Patrick Ewing
cares?
played there. All right.
Right.
I mean,
because to be
Lord
real,
shoes.
the Knicks are like the Raiders of the NBA.
you think they're the Raiders?
I would say so.
Why that comparison?
I'll say that comparison because there always seems to be some type of buzz about them as an organization, whether it be negative or positive.
I think they're
always
more.
being talked about.
I think they're more like the Cowboys then.
You would say the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean people find excuses to talk about the Cowboys.
I would say the Lakers are more like the Cowboys.
Yes, I could see that.
All right.
I'd say
I could see
Lakers are
that.
more Cowboys.
I wouldn't say the Knicks are the Cowboys only because the Cowboys are known to be glamorous, winning. You know, they have such a tradition.
But the Knicks too keep their quote unquote tradition. They parade a tradition out there that is no longer tradition, like the Cowboys. We can still go back within the last 12 years and say, hey, the Lakers won something.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus Cowboys 90s. Last time the Knicks were close to a championship 90s.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then everything before that was, well, obviously years before that.
Right.
Yeah.
Cowboys too, even for a stretch prior to the 90s, weren't winning crap.
Yeah.
So they've always had this up and down thing. Raiders, to their credit, since the year 2000 have been to the Super Bowl once.
Yeah.
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 Been there. Cowboys nowhere close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
the Cowboys, they can't get right.
Yeah.
Can't get right.
Yeah.
Can't get right.
Can't get right.
Nope.
And they got talent.
Yeah.
Man, they got talent.
They got talent.
But they are supposedly, Forbes came out this week and they were like, yep, Cowboys, most valuable sports team in like the world
How?
because they're America's team.
Yeah. The hype.
It's crazy.
But also, that's like a fictitious number.
Right. Like
It's based on like the valuation of the building.
Oh, yeah, well,
plus
there you go.
sponsorships.
Yeah.
Plus contracts. Plus merchandise sales.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the number came out too. Like within the top 50, like 26 of those were NFL teams.
Wow.
Oh wow.
In comparison to NBA teams, Major League Baseball teams, plus European soccer teams.
Yeah.
26 were NFL teams?
That's crazy.
Nuts.
That's crazy.
That sport is too. No one sport should have all that power. Revising the quote of the great Kanye. Seriously though, the NFL should not have that much power.
That's true.
I got one more. What if?
All right, last one before we wrap it up.
What if Mike Vick never went to jail?
He went to Super Bowl. I think he went to Super Bowl.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think he
okay,
went to
I can
Super
see
Bowl.
that. I can
I've
see
been saying
that.
that for years. I think he went to Super Bowl.
And on the negative side, I don't think he develops as much as a passer as he did when he went to Philly.
I agree.
True. I think Michael Vick becomes a ringless Hall of Famer.
My goodness.
I think he's going to the Hall of Fame anyway.
They not putting.
I don't think they're gonna put
They
him-
not
Think
putting him
so?
in there.
I think he's going to get in the Hall of Fame.
They're giving him the Pete Rose treatment.
I wouldn't call it the Pete Rose treatment, but I would say this: had OJ done what he done allegedly before going to the Hall of Fame, I don't think he gets in.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
But
but
Ray
because
Lewis,
Ray Lewis is going. for sure.
well, he's
in
already
there.
in.
He's in there. That's right. He's
He
in
went
there. He's
last.
in there.
He
That's
went
right.
last
He
year,
went yeah,
accused
he
of
did.
murder.
Yeah.
As a
Acquitted.
but he
player.
never.
Acquitted.
But he didn't also like serve. Like, he never got sentenced for it,
True.
and because he played so many more years after that,
It kind of
it
Right.
fell
it's-
by the
he-
wayside.
right, just
Yeah.
like Kobe. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Kobe played long enough for a lot of that for him to be redeemed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Vick really got redeemed post retirement.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
mind you, he didn't play that much longer, especially at
'Cause what he
quarterback.
played like seven years after he came back, 6 or 7 years.
Less than that.
Yeah. It might have been like 4.
Was it 4?
Yeah, it was.
Because I know
it-
he
did.
he spent 3 in Philly.
3 in Philly,
And
and then
then
went to
he-
the Jets for like what, 2? So 5.
no, he did the Jets
He was
for
with
one,
he was with
For
the
one.
Jets
Oh,
one,
yeah, with
with
Geno
the Steelers
Smith.
one.
and
He did
barely,
with the Steelers. That's
Yeah.
right.
and then the Steelers, and he only went there to be a backup. And I don't even think he made the entire season.
Yeah, he did.
So
'Cause I know he started. Ben got hurt. He started a couple games.
Yeah.
Ben came back.
Yeah.
And he
right, and
fizzled out.
Fizzled out. Yeah.
yeah, so had he had a longer career and actually went to a championship. Because mind you, right after Ray Lewis got out of jail for like however many days he was in, they went to the Super Bowl the very next year,
Yeah.
and he was the Super Bowl MVP. But they didn't ask him, now that you won a Super Bowl, what are you doing? They did that crap with Trenton Dilfer. We're like, we're going to Disneyland.
Yeah, of
Because they didn't want to
course.
put him on TV.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
still, that was what, the year 2000? We're in 2019. Ray Lewis didn't stop playing until 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Dang, it's been 5 years.
Yes,
Dang.
or something close. Because the Ravens
He
won.
retired after that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that was
Niners.
and that
Deer
was
antler.
and that was
Yep.
2013. So 2013. So what? 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's enough time for you to redeem yourself.
Yeah. Then he's a sports commentator. So
Yeah.
Kind of.
helps.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He
He,
saying some
'cause
weird
he
shit
screams.
sometimes. Yeah.
he has
He
Tourette's.
saying
That's
some
what
weird
it
shit.
is. Yeah.
That's a man with passion.
Shouty low hair.
That's
God
a great
rest
way to
his dead.
describe it.
That
Right
was,
there.
that was a man with passion. I swear.
And Jermaine Jackson hair.
Shout out to the
Jermaine
what's that stuff called?
Jackson.
Beijing.
Beijing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to the Beijing.
Beijing King.
Hey, wait, you think Jalen Rose used that?
Nah, I'm.
You think his?
He's from Detroit, so I'm not gonna. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
Jalen
true.
Rose,
Yeah.
wait. You said? Oh, you ain't know that?
Yeah.
Half the fan was from Detroit. But not half. I'm like 2/5.
Yeah.
We kind of claimed Juwan Howard low
We
key
claim Juwan.
because he low key just like he went back to Detroit like every summer.
And Jimmy still lives there. Jimmy King. So
Yes, Jimmy still live there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy. So like, yeah, four to five are from Detroit. Even though Jimmy don't keep not even from there.
Howard,
Yeah.
Michigan head coach. Y'all from Detroit. How y'all feel about that?
I love it. I'm a U of M fan. I love it, man.
Go blue,
Yeah.
go blue. I hope they do great things. I expect them to do great things. I hope he's there for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I say
really-
the same for Penny Hardaway at Memphis.
Yes.
And,
Same with
and
him.
a lot of coaches are hating on Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what it's gonna be. I mean, given that he doesn't have the college resume, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So they're gonna feel how they feel.
You know, he brought up all those kids pretty much from
Yeah.
All of them.
from like AAU.
His son going there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, shout out to Kirsten in the chat room though. She said the show sounds good, guys. Hey, I appreciate the love, baby. Yeah. So before we wrap everything up here, breaking news, brand new announcement. Last week I hit y'all with producer G, introduced him to the show. And as of the end of this show, we got officially a co-host on the show. DP, welcome to the family officially, baby. What's happening? Yeah. By the way, Kirsten put you in touch with me.
Yeah,
connected us, and we, started vibing and everything like that. And I could tell just from the energy and his background and him doing his thing, with the youth, coaching football, him having the football background experience. And also you do another podcast too, right?
Yeah. Yo, check us out. Me and my best friend, we got our podcast. It's streaming on Anchor, Spotify, Apple. The DP&J podcast. We talk about everything. Talk about everything. This right here, this show is of course tailored more to my passion, but that one is just all of it. You know what I'm saying? We talk about culture, relationships, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Tune in.
For sure. So again, now we a team of 3, baby.
Hey.
It started off solo. We team 3 by episode 16. Yeah. So on that note, peace, love, blessings, everybody. We are up out of here.
Peace.
Peace.